I think I just had the shortest date of my life. Ugh.
Did you catfish him? He saw you and left?
Okay, so we met at the park and we started chatting 2 weeks ago. We had a lot of conversation initially, and then he got his kids back this week, and he did say that he doesn't really talk when he has his kids. His kids are older teenagers, like 15 and 18.
Okay.
And then he has one at college. He confirmed the date last night. I thought it was cute. We just met. Again, 3 inches shorter than what he said he did. I swear to God, I'm never believing another man that says he's 5'11". Never fucking doing it. Never fucking gonna meet. Gonna believe that. Period. Amen. Never gonna believe it. He's super thin, but fit, but super thin. I felt like a fucking giant.
Super thin, but fit, but super thin. Are you just a thick girl or something?
I wore 3-inch heels because those are the shoes that worked with my outfit. And we walked around the park, and before we got done with the first round, it's a small park. It's the park from the guy.
You wore heels to go walk in the park for the date? Okay.
The other day that we had such a great first date with the Christmas lights. I wanted to leave, and we walked around 3 more times, and we were going to go get dinner, and I was like, this isn't it, and I'm so sorry. And he was sweet, but he was very
That sounded like a pretty long date. They walked around circle like 4, 5, 6 times.
introverted, and I know that can change, but we were like clamoring to find some conversation, and I yawned a couple times, so I'm done. I look so cute. I should go out, but I don't drink. I don't know what to do. Okay, but look at these earrings. How pretty are these earrings? Anyway, have a good one. Bye.
My life is miserable, but let me get some validation. These look good, right?
She yawned in a decent man's face who was just trying to make conversation. She knowingly wore 3-inch heels to a walking date and blamed him for making her feel like a giant. She rejected a sweet father with responsibilities just because he wasn't entertaining her like a court jester. Ah, the perfect woman.
Hey there, so I'm just driving home from work and I just realized, I was just thinking about it, I have not been touched by a man in over 6 years. And I mean touched in that way. And a lot of people will say, oh, it's probably by choice. It is, but it's also not. I don't know what's going on. It's very difficult to date. And, you know, when you don't want to deal with a lot of bullshit anymore, it's even harder. So, you know, it's just come to my attention that, like, wow, not at all. Not even a little hug. Haven't kissed anybody since I got the dentures. Okay? Haven't had a tongue kissing since I got these babies. All right, yeah.
Hey ladies, if you're in your late 50s or in your 60s or 70s and you're thinking about leaving your husband because you're bored and you think there's something more exciting out there, that there's going to be more exciting men out there, trust me, they're not out there. Just stay with what you got. It's not going to be a mistake if you stay with him. Of course, unless he's really being mean to you, then leave him. But don't expect to meet somebody else. They're just not out there. Men are just not out there anymore.
Okay, I have a question for my over 50 ladies. How are you meeting men? I'm curious. I'd really like to take a poll. Is it dating apps? Is it church? Is it going out to bars? Is it through friends? How do you organically meet people? Or do you find that one app is better than another app? I'm just not sure where to even begin because I've done some of the dating apps and they haven't been great, but I don't believe they're all bad because I know that I've heard great stories from some people. So please put a comment in there and tell me, where are you meeting good quality men over 50? I'd really like to know.
the age gap in relationships, you know, when you're dating. Let's talk a little bit about that. I did do a video about it a couple of months ago, and I had a big response. Lots of people were messaging me on the subject. Most people were saying it doesn't matter, which is true. I don't think it matters either. But the trouble is, society is very, very judgmental of age gaps, whether it's a man with a younger woman, a woman with a younger man. You know, it's just a bit of a minefield, really. And you know, a lot of people, if you walk down the street and you're with somebody 20 years younger than yourself, do you feel self-conscious? Would you worry about what other people thought? It's hard when you're on your own and you're looking at, you know, you're looking for a date and you're looking for maybe a partner. You do have in mind that you might be judged. If you've got you know, opinion about it, let me know in the comments.
Right, people, this is 68. Now, there isn't a secret to this.
What's it like dating women in your 50s? Well, I'm well into that demographic group now, so I've had the opportunity to taste the fruit. And I can tell you that the fruit is very ripe. To that point, many of them have fallen out of shape. They're menopausal and they're a little bit crazy. They make irresponsible and irrational requests, and they often expect you to pay without offering any investment into the relationship. They're quickly easy to dismiss you as a potential suitor, especially if they're making a lot of money, because we know that basically a woman who makes more money than a man is a predictor of divorce. So that said, many of these women have priced themselves out of the dating market. They basically want a man who is making more money than them, and if they've acquired a lot of resources, either professionally or through a divorce, they will basically quickly shun another guy. With that, a lot of these women are looking for relationships. They are very well aware that they are getting older and they do not want to live their future alone. So casual sex has diminished dramatically in this demographic. They're generally looking for a relationship and quickly and often trying to peg you down to commit. And that's all they really want to do. They want to commit you into a relationship. They're erratic in their behavior. And if you point out inconsistencies in their logic, instead of saying, thank you, it's more like, fuck you, take a hike, I'm not interested, you're an asshole, you're a narcissist. That's another thing. They're all traumatized. They are all traumatized. They will rant for the first 20 minutes about how awful their exes were, and they'll actually lose their composure. They'll freak out. I've seen this phenomenon happen many, many times, and frequently these women, as always, lack accountability. They'll very seldom ever say something to the effect of, oh, I was wrong, or I could have done something better. It's always his fault. And if they look back on the relationship, everything that was wrong in the relationship was his fault. They take no accountability with that. Generally speaking, a lot of these women are also not in great shape. I mean, let's be honest. People, generally speaking, are not in great shape. I prioritize my health and stress management. With that, a lot of these women feel mushy when you grab them, and it's just not great. They do themselves a lot of favor if they start exercising or taking care of themselves. They do prioritize men that are in good shape. I get a lot of matches on the dating sites, but to that point, they are very unwilling to take care of themselves. So that said, dating in your 50s kind of sucks. They're trying to peg you down in a relationship all the time. They act kind of crazy, no surprise there. And it's really not great to look forward to that, because they're still expecting you to foot the bill, and they offer very little in return. Good luck with growing old.
Y'all are not going to believe this, but I have something interesting to share with you. Because of my age, I'm 56. I'm going to be 57 very soon. And I have a lot of friends my age and a little bit older. And I have recognized something that I think we should talk about. A lot of women my age who find themselves single and then they end up in another relationship, right away they say, oh, I don't want to get married. I understand that. You know, they got burned in the first episode. They don't really want to do it again. I totally get it. But I'm sitting back and kind of taking notice that a lot of my lady friends live with men in their home, in the men's home, and they contribute to it. And financially, the roof needs to be repaired, they pitch in. This needs to be taken care of, they pitch in. The homeowner's insurance for the year, maybe they cover that. The household expenses, they split all that. And they say to me, oh, well, no, we go 50-50. Okay. In this man's home, you going 50-50. Girl, stop that. Because recently, a lady that I'm acquaintances with, so I'm not going to tell you that we're, tight bosom buddy friends, but we're acquaintances. About 4 months ago, her live-in boyfriend that she was living with, he passed away. She's in her mid-60s. I think he was 71 or 72, and he had passed away. And she lived in his house and had been for about 10 years. Well, this lady never wanted to get married. So she wasn't married to him, and she was like, oh no, I'm never getting married again, And she said it was because of her retirement and her pension. It would change if she was married, and totally. There's always good reasons, okay? I'm not against the not being married part, but she wasn't married, and they didn't have any legal paperwork drawn up, and between them, financial agreements of any kind. They just, went 50-50, which all sounds fine, right? Well, he passed away, and about 30 days after he passed away, his adult children who lived out of state. Now I want to also mention that he had not been sickly. Okay, she wasn't nursing him. He was apparently not as fit as a fiddle, but for all intents and purposes, he was fit as a fiddle. So they were contributing, the work around the house, the taking care of the yard, the finances, everything they were contributing together, 50-50. Well, he passed away, and about a month after he passed away, his children that she has met, obviously, they've been living together for over a decade, but they lived out of state. They seen him for a week in the summer and every other Christmas, that kind of thing. And she had a pleasant, kind, caring relationship with his children and his grandchildren, and all seemed lovely and adorable. Well, he passed away. That's important. Okay? Remember her age. He has passed away, and a month after that, his children had decided they were going to sell his house. And she had 60 more days to get out. They were kind enough to give her 60 more days to move. Pack your shit and get out. She's in the midst right now of having to start completely over. Find a new place. She wasn't prepared for a big down payment. She's on a fixed income now in her retirement. And so borrowing money is not for a house. A mortgage isn't really on her list of things she wants to do. So she's looking to rent an apartment, or maybe a house, a small house that she can take care of by herself, but a lease. Have y'all thought about that? Have y'all thought about this 50-50 living together? We're not going to get married and sharing a house? Have y'all thought about that? It's been on my mind a lot the past 10 days, 2 weeks, because this circle of friends of mine, everybody's discussing what a horrible, uncomfortable situation this lady is in. And there's nothing she can do about it. He left his house to his children, and they chose that they want to sell it. What? Woo-wee, I would not want to be in that situation. Would you? And what would you do? What can you do? What should she have done? That's the real question.
Hey y'all, me again. So after my last post, somebody reached out to me, and I had a lot of people reach out and send messages and have suggestions and stuff. and reached out, and we messaged back and forth, and we set up a date. So the first thing I want you guys to tell me in the comments is my idea for the first date. Was it good, bad, or okay? So this young lady and I messaged back and forth. We decided we're going to go on a first date, and I planned out a first date, scheduled stuff. And my plan was, she told me in our conversations that over the last 20 years, she hadn't received but like 2 Christmas presents. And over the last 20 years in her relationship, she had gotten flowers maybe 3 times. So the first part of my first date was when she got here, she was going to come up here. And when she got here was to have a Christmas present wrapped up for her and a dozen roses here. So she got some flowers. And then I scheduled for us to go to, there's a place where I live called Player One Up. It's basically like an 80s arcade where you have dinner or lunch, and it's got old video games and stuff. It's a really cool place. That was where we're going to do lunch. And then downtown, they had this thing that's called a treasure hunt where you go to different restaurants and establishments and bars and stuff, and you kind of try to find stuff there. That was the second part. And then she wanted to go to a place that's in South Carolina called Pretty Place. I was going to drive down to Pretty Place, check it out for the sunset, come back to where I'm from, have dinner at the best restaurant in town, and then to end the night have a fire pit. And where my fire pit is at my house, I also have a hot tub with a big screen projector to where we could watch a movie, and you sit by the fire, get in the hot tub if we wanted to, you sit by the fire. Well, that was my plan. I had it all scheduled out. I thought it was really cool, and she was on board. You know, she had one that actually suggested that we go out this weekend. Then I get a text message that says, basically, and I'm paraphrasing, that she needed to do what she wanted to do for herself instead of always trying to please others. And I was like, okay, what's that mean? And she's like, I can't come. I'm going to do what my original plans were, and I'm not going to come up there, and we're not going to go on this date. So it threw me for a loop, man, because this was a real nice young lady, has her stuff together, seemed very considerate, kind of like on the same board, the same wavelength I am. She was a little bit younger than me. I'm 53. She was 43. But she just canceled on me. And after that, I mean, she felt bad, she said, and stuff. And I was just like, you know, why did it even bother? So I guess my question is, one, was it a good first date plan? Was that something sounds cool? Or was it too over the top? Or was it not enough? Two, is that how are you supposed to react when somebody cancels on you when you have a big plan on there for a weird reason? And three is, at this point, man, I'm ready to find a hobby or a dog or something. So anybody got any suggestions on something cool to do to where it just doesn't matter anymore? As always, God bless. I love you. Have a great night.
Dating in your 50s is like walking past a dumpster fire. You're curious, but you're thinking, is this really worth disturbing my peace?
This dating world is different. I don't want it. I don't want it. Throw it all away. Throw the whole baby away. I don't want to date. I want to stay in my house. It's worth staying in my house. They say, oh, you're not going to meet anybody if you don't go outside. What's outside? They say, oh, go meet someone in Walmart, in Target, Home Depot. Go to restaurants by yourself. Stop it. Because the caliber of men that I'm meeting is like, whoa. You know what I mean? I'm going to be 50 next month. And you would think I'm, dating people that are older or maybe even slightly younger. It should be better. It should be different. It should be better. But it's not. It's not. It's not. It's no fun. It's no fun. I don't want to date. I want to stay home, watch TV, drink wine. Lots of wine. We're not having a dry January around here. No. Yes, I have water right now because I want to stay healthy too. Like I said, I'm 50. But we're not having a dry January. I'm going to have my wine, sit home, watch TV. Yes, I will go to Home Depot from time to time, Target, Walmart. But no. the way y'all complain on this app, the way the dating advice goes on this app, the way things are left and right, and nobody can agree on anything, it's just safer to be at home. And then now to date, you got to pay more because congestion pricing just started. Now, if the person doesn't want to come up here, or there's a restaurant that they want to take me to that's, down in the city, now I got to pay an extra whole, $9 to get to the city? I'm going to stay home. This is where you'll find me. And if you don't find me here, then I guess I ain't meant to be found.
My birthday is this week and I'm turning 47. And I'm getting a lot of people wishing me happy birthday, which I am very grateful for. Thank you so much for remembering and for thinking of me. And also they keep asking me, why am I single? And I think I could sum it up by saying I'm looking for a man who's willing to do the things that I'm willing to do to be in an adult, grown relationship. And let me give you a couple of examples. Be reliable, be trustworthy, be honest, be fun. But if you're even low, medium fun, I can kind of take care of that because I'm really fun. Be reasonable. I also decided in 2025 I'm going to keep much more meticulous data on how many dates I'm going on, because I can't say how many I went on in 2024, but it was kind of a lot, and this is what men typically do. And this is why I stay single. The biggest problem I see is they say one thing and do another. They haven't learned how to appropriately express their wants and needs so that I can do my best to try to meet that, and they can do the best when I also express something. They're unsure if they want to be in a committed relationship. They still have things that maybe a therapist needs to get involved with that are getting in the way of them of being full companions and partners. And lastly, they try to rush relationships. So don't get me wrong, in 2025, I am definitely looking for a long-term committed relationship. And I am willing to do all of the things that I just said so that we can have two people working towards big goals all together. But until then, I'm gonna stay single.
Most single women over 50 won't admit this, but here's the real truth. Yeah, we can go out, we have fun, we travel, we go out with the girls, we go to yoga, some of you are playing pickleball, tennis, we have great lives, we pay our own bills, we afford our own homes. But at the end of the day, when you come home late at night to an empty house, or maybe even your dog, it's fucking lonely. And I know because it hit me hard. I went to Mexico, a women's retreat. I came home filled with love, connection, gratitude, embodiment, empowerment. When I walked in that door and it was dark, and yeah, my dog was there and I love him so much, but it was lonely. And then I slipped and fell in the bathroom and I was all alone and I was scared. So the truth is, having a partner.
I know you guys don't actually believe me when I tell you this, but it's the truth. So I get noticed when I'm out. I get stared at. Problem is I'm not getting anybody to actually stop and talk to me or, ask me for my number or, anything like that. So what the hell am I doing wrong? Like, what do I got to do to get a date around here? Because for the love of Pete, what am I doing wrong?
I'm 54 years old. I'm divorced. I'm a single mom with 2 minor children. And I think a lot of men would think that someone like me doesn't have anything to offer a man in a relationship. And to that, I would say, you are absolutely right. My body is not available to men anymore. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be groped. I don't want to be intimate. My body belongs to me again. All of my financial resources are for me and my children. I'm a single mom. I work a full-time job. I cannot give you any money for your bills. I can't loan you any money. I'm not going 50-50 on anything with you. I have nothing to offer a man financially. Nothing. I don't want to share my living space with a man. You can't live here. You can't even visit. You can't use my bathroom. My personal space is for me and for my children. It's not for a man anymore. I don't have any mental or emotional energy to give to a man. I can't support you with your mental and emotional issues. If you're having a hard time in life, your mental health is not in a good place, I cannot help you with that. I do go to therapy, and all of my mental and emotional energy is for me. It's for me to figure out my issues, not yours. To be honest, I can't even laugh at your lame jokes anymore. You know, when a man like makes a joke and he's trying to be flirty and funny, and we laugh at their jokes just to make them feel better or so the situation's not awkward. If what you have to say is not funny, I'm not gonna laugh. I truly have nothing to give, and it is so wonderful and freeing to know that all the resources I have, financial, mental, emotional, physical, are all for me now, and my children, of course, but it's for me now. I have nothing at all to give you.
Y'all chicks about to be out here single and alone forever. Like, what is up with this? No Cheesecake Factory, no wanting to go bowling, I don't want to do movies, and like y'all bitches don't want to do shit. Like, how's somebody supposed to date y'all if y'all got this list of everything there possibly is to do dating you don't want to do? If it's not a 5-star restaurant, you don't want to do it. First of all, what man on the first date is taking you to a 5-star restaurant? I wouldn't. If I was a dude, I wouldn't. Like, I don't know you. You ain't getting no free meal off of me. Not no $200-$300 meal. Like, that's crazy. Like, nah. You gonna get this coffee. You gonna get this ice cream or something. But you ain't getting a $300 meal off of me. And I say that because let me tell you something. I took my ex to this really nice restaurant, and the bill came up to almost $300 with tax and tags. When I tell you, I felt that shit in my chest. Okay? My chest. I was just like, damn, it's expensive out here today. Like, yeah, wait, like, I feel sorry for men because men come out of it all the time. Don't get me wrong. Like, I treat my man right. I'm a real one. You know what I'm saying? I pay for dates and stuff like that. You know, I flew him out every once in a while. But it's just like, for a man to have to do that all the time, multiple times, like, that is crazy. So it's like, when females like, oh, cheesecake ain't good enough. When did cheesecake not become good enough? Like, I remember when cheesecake in Houston's, that used to be like the spot. Like, you have to wait an hour and a half just to sit down and eat. Now all of a sudden, people too good for cheesecake? Like, I am baffled by that. So, yeah, I don't get it. Like, you know, usually where a man takes you is based on, you know, how he sees you and how you act. So if you're giving off Applebee's vibe, that's where he's gonna take you. If you're giving off Ruth Chris vibes, like you a upper crust echelon type of female, that's probably what's gonna take you, as long as it's fun, it's like that. But regardless, isn't the whole thing about going on a date, getting to know each other, regardless of where you're going? Like, I don't understand that. Like, it should be about getting to know the person. Is this somebody I really want to spend time with, you know, build a relationship with? Like, not just to get a free meal, not just to post on Instagram your pictures of where you was at. Like, this society is so freaking crazy, man. Like, I feel sorry for you dudes. First of all, I commend the ones that are out here, like, really dating women, whining, dining, really spending the time and the money on them, you know. But, dude, y'all got it hard, because it's expensive dating. I'm like, golly. So, yeah, chicks, y'all need to be okay with Applebee's and, what is the other place? Cheesecake and all that. Or you're going to be alone forever. Help me out, guys. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. I'm only going off what my brother's saying.